Ms. Birdie Busch.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of chose this next song last minute, not realizing it was going to be kind of funny and appropriate. I wrote this song about technology and kind of finding the balance between, you know, kind of taking advantage of all of it and then also realizing that there's a balance. So many passwords, so many codes. I got one for every dimension. Got a fist full of cut metal keys, but all they ask are questions. What was your family dog's name? Who were your best friends? And what was the street that you grew up on? So many forces, I'm bound to get locked out of places I don't even need to go. Interiors undiscovered like the sea, center of what I really want to know. Like family dogs' names, and all my good friends, and all of these streets that we grow up on. National Geographic's all tied up in twine. Liner notes from a record from 1979. All those things that once were yours, all now they're mine. I can touch them, I can hold them, I can take them down this line. So many messages thrown to the wind, never ever to return again. But I've got this letter, paper and pen. Take it with you till the very end. Like family dogs' names, and all your good friends, and all of these streets that we'll grow up on.
Good, how are you? Hey, Carl.
Putting myself up here.
This is Carl Cheeseman, everybody. One of the best guitar players in Philly. I'm not just saying that he's one of my best buds either. But yeah, so thank you so much for coming out. You also brought some friends along. Aside from being a musician, you also work at the Random Tea Room in Northern Liberties. It's a great place. If you haven't been there, you should. Yeah, it's a good fun. So you guys, hopefully everybody saw the table out there. You guys do more than just make tea. You do a lot of different things. So what's going on over there?
We do a lot of things. Our abbreviated name is the Random Tea Room. We also are the Random Tea Room and Curiosity Shop. So it's kind of a combination of a tea room meets antiques like spectacles from the late 1800s that are, for purchase if you'd like spectacles from the late 1800s. And then we also have a long list of herbal apothecary herbs that are available to steep there at the store if you'd like, or to go, or just to get dry. We actually have like a lot of chefs that work in restaurants in the city that will come in and maybe get a certain tea to brine a pork loin, or a pastry chef that wants to make a really amazing creme brulee, and she wants, we have a really amazing Earl Grey that has extra bergamot and cornflowers, and that makes a really lovely creme brulee.
Wow. Now and aside from just the food thing, there's just a lot of creativity on how you all use herbs over there. And I was wondering, because there's two lines of creativity on that side, and then the music that you play. How do they intersect?
Well, I've only been working at the Random Tea Room for probably about a little over a year now. I've been playing music for probably about more like 8 or 9 years. So I've always considered myself a creative person, and in a certain way, kind of an outsider, because I feel like anyone that's hyper creative has a hard time adjusting to the normal day-to-day, sometimes bureaucracy, things like that. I'm not a team player. When I'm in my element, I am really organized, but I'm not a team player. But so the tea room was kind of a natural course of events for me. We're about 5 employees total. We're a very tiny shop. Our shop is probably maybe the size of some people in the audience's closets, just to kind of give you a good comparison. But really, they're both extremely hyper-creative outlets for me. The tea room, it's funny, like listening to the last interview, the tea room, I think, has kind of always operated in a very kind of old-fashioned way, which has kind of come full circle and been actually innovative. So things that we don't necessarily sell to the public, like we use as much kind of rags as we can. All of our tea is loose and it's strained in metal strainers that we just rewash. And for me, a big transition to going to the tea room from other jobs is I started to get, and I'm not necessarily an anxious person by nature, I started to get really anxious about the amount of waste that was being created at some of the jobs I work at.
The restaurant industry. The
restaurant industry. Like, I've always worked, jobs that were kind of designed around music, which has always kind of been my priority. And I would go to these jobs, and there was a combination of, not necessarily being proud of the product, but also, seeing how much on any given night was being wasted, both in plastic, kind of plastic that the products were being put in, to just the products themselves. And my brain has just become a lot lighter, and just, really kind of at the end of the night having like this tiny little parcel that I put outside, rather than dumpsters and dumpsters and dumpsters full of stuff.
Well, if you need your brain to feel a little lighter, you should go down to the random tea room and get a cup of tea. So everybody, how about one more song from Birdie? How's that sound? You ready for that? All right. I thought you would say yes. So everybody, one more song from Miss Birdie Busch.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Although, I mean, where else would we be? None of us have air conditioning as good as this, you know? This river is filled with the blood of man. When history is laid, will it be of the river and its scarlet shade? I've been watching you like a mama watches babe, staring into the river. Driftwood drifting, let it go. Grab a river, rock and run. Souvenir the hard time. Turn your cheek towards the sun, 'cause these banks are filled with the love of man. When stories get saved, let it be the banks and the life we crave. Filled with the love of man. When stories get saved, let it be the banks and the life we crave. Oh, craved by all of man.
Thank you so much, Birdie. One more round of applause for Birdie Busch, everybody. We have to thank our other guests, Ms. Beth Miller from Community Design Collaborative. Thank you so much for coming out. Joanne Dom from the Water Department. Mr. Gabriel Monahano, thank you so much.
Thank you again. Thank the Academy of Natural Sciences for hosting us. This was great. Love being here. Also would like to thank Tickling the Ivories for us yet again, Samantha Witchen. Also want to thank Morgan Berman and her team of interns. We have the best interns in the city. A lot of what happened tonight is hard work that they did, including organizing a lot of the vendors in the hallway there. Hopefully you've had a chance to run through. A lot of cool people. Definitely stop by and say hello to them.
Also, thanks to our sponsor, Clean Currents Energy. Thank you for keeping the show going. And thank you to you all, because that's what really keeps the show going. We're going to be back 2 months from now with another show, so keep a lookout for that. You all be good to each other. Have a good night. Thank you.